Welcome everyone to episode 163 of Jcw Raw. As the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view is 2 weeks away, but you see, we are going to have a Hell in a Cell match live here tonight, as we are really going to be getting into the Hell in a Cell mood here tonight. I mean, there's the cell hanging high above the ring, and we're gonna have a Hell in a Cell match here tonight between Sasha Banks and Asuka. And I don't know, that's really gonna be something. But the thing that we have been waiting on all week long is, what is the Fiend Bray Wyatt's big announcement that he did not say last week and that he was saving for tonight? The wait is over. What is it that the Fiend has to say? As of course the Fiend is set to defend the JCW Championship against Seth Rollins at Hell in a Cell, after Rollins beat Brock Lesnar at on Raw last week to become the #1 contender. But what does the Fiend have to say? You know, let me just go ahead and put this out there, Seth. Like I said last week, whoever won that match between you and Brock, y'all would have just signed y'all's death warrant. Y'all two just about killed each other last week. And in the end, Seth, you were once again a beast slayer, and you beat Brock Lesnar. But I heard Fighting Lord's little comments saying that Seth Rollins, if he can do that, then he can be a Fiend Slayer. But the fact is, that will not happen. Seth, I'll deal with you when the time comes. But right now, though, there's a certain individual who has yet to show his head since I returned a few months ago. And that was a man who used to stand so proudly by my side a number of years ago, and that man is Eric Rowan. But you see, Rowan, now that I'm back and I have accomplished everything I've said I was going to accomplish, you have been hiding your little head. You're afraid of me because you know what I can do to you. But Rowan, there's no need to be afraid, because tonight I'm giving you a huge opportunity. If me and you, one-on-one for my championship. What? Are you kidding me? The Fiend versus Eric Rowan for the JCW Championship live here tonight on Raw. I mean, we all know the history that Bray Wyatt, the old Bray Wyatt, and Eric Rowan have. And we know how they were in the Wyatt family together, but we also know how Eric Rowan turned his back on Bray Wyatt. So it is very interesting, because we all know Eric Rowan turned his back on Bray Wyatt. So this is very interesting. Well, like I said, we would be getting in to the Hell in a Cell new here now.
Making her way to the ring from Boston, Massachusetts, Sasha Banks.
Like I said, we would be getting in to the Hell in a Cell mood here tonight, as we are going to be seeing a Hell in a Cell match in just a few moments. As there she is, Sasha Banks, the #1 contender for the Raw Women's Championship, as she is set to challenge the champion Ronda Rousey at Hell in a Cell inside the Devil structure. But you know, win or lose this match, you gotta give Banks the advantage, seeing how well she would have already have competed in a Hell in a Cell match.
And from Osaka, Japan, Asuka.
And here we go. Satan's structure lowers down to surround these two young women, as it is now a red cell. Yeah, the cell is now red, but just because the color changed don't mean it ain't a devilish structure. But like I said, win or lose this match, Sasha Banks is going to have the advantage heading into Hell in a Cell, because then she would know what being inside the structure is like. As if Asuka were to win this match, oh man, I mean, I'm surprised Banks even decided that she even wanted this match to be a Hell in a Cell match. She pleaded with Raw General Manager Jcw for this match to be a Hell in a Cell. And Jcw, being the leader that he is, granted Banks that wish. It's Asuka, one of the fastest rising women here on Raw. Oh, nice kick to the thigh and a Russian leg sweep. So I gotta give Banks some credit. She's not a coward if she's willing, if like she was wanting to step inside the cell. Banks come. As of course I, for one, throughout my career, thankfully, never had to step foot inside a Hell in a Cell, but my mentor, Stone Cold, he sure as hell had to step inside that structure, and he has told me how unforgiving that Hell in a Cell is. Oh, wait a minute, oh God, and Banks, for the first time in this matchup, for the first time in this match period, the Hell in a Cell is being used right into the cell. Oh man, this is what Hell in a Cell is all about, and this is what we're going to be seeing multiple times in 2 weeks' time on Christmas Day, when we're at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. Is currently there's like 4 or 5 Hell in a Cell matches set for the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, which is crazy. Asuka's got her hands on a steel chair. Remember, no disqualifications in a Hell in a Cell match. And Asuka's gonna take full-on advantage of that. Banks getting up just to have her brain scrambled with that chair. That could be it. No! A few chair shots ain't enough to keep the boss down. Oh, wait a minute. And a drop toe hold. Banks ain't... Oh, God, dropping Asuka right on the top of her head. And now Banks has to chair that Asuka introduced Banks, using it as a lethal weapon right now. And that might be it. Asuka might be out. No! Asuka finds a way to survive. Gotta give the Empress credit to be able to kick out of that. Oh, but she may not have much more. Oh, and that's gotta be it. No! Asuka kicks out again. The heart of the Empress of Tomorrow on display in this match. Down goes Banks. Here comes Asuka taking the fight. Oh, the super kick. Straight to her face that I could have knocked her out. Oh, a near fall after near fall in this Hell in a Cell match. Asuka looking into the ring. Oh, she's got her hands on a baseball bat, but that ain't all she's looking for. Oh my God, Asuka's got a freaking table. What the hell? Oh, but Banks stopping Asuka dead in her tracks. Asuka, she was gonna do something. She had grabbed a baseball bat and a table, but Banks stopped Asuka with that steel chair. Good God. I don't even want to know what Sasha's about to do to the outside. Oh, huge shot, and here we go. This matchup, like I said, this match is very brutal. Oh, but Asuka in trouble now. Oh, and Banks trying to catch a breather. But I mean, when you're surrounded by Satan's structure, there's not much of a breather you're gonna get. Oh, she tried to throw Asuka head and face first to the steel steps, but she failed. Oh, right into the cell. The cell continued to be used. Oh no. This has been amazing. But also very violent as well. But what you expect, it's Hell in a Cell. Oh wait, no, Banks. And she's the one who meets the cell. My God. Oh God. The cell wall, it just gave way. The cell wall just gave way. What the hell? Wait a minute. No, what are you doing? You're not going to the top of that cell. No. No. What are you doing? Oh my God. That cell wall just gave way. They had been bashing, they had been bashing each other up against the cell wall so much that it just, I guess one of the support beams holding it together just gave way. And now they're no longer in the cell. They're on top of the cell. No, not on the roof of the cell. Come on, no! On the roof of Satan's structure. This is crazy. Wait a minute, Oscar. Oh, Oscar! Crossface, check out in the Oscar lock. This could be it, but there is no balls counting anywhere. In a Hell in a Cell match, regardless whether Banks taps out or passes out, the match will not end. The match must end inside the cell. Oh man, but this could definitely... My God, Oscar with the Oscar lock on the roof of Hell in a Cell. This is going to be an image played throughout many Hell in a Cells to cut weight. Bang! Oh, Banks, backstabber. It's a bank statement. But same thing here. If Oscar taps out, the match will continue. But like I also said, it's a good way to wear down your opponent. Oh man, this is... That Hell in a Cell. This is what Hell in a Cell is all about. Wait a minute. Oh God. I think there's like a dent in the cell, but I couldn't tell you to be sure. I really couldn't. Wait a minute. No. Good God, y'all are gonna break that cell. Come on, y'all need to stop. The contraptions in the cell are denting. No, God! The cell! That contraption of the cell on the roof just broke. And Oscar, off that net breaker, that contraption in the cell broke. And Oscar kept crashing down. Crashing and burning to the ground. It's... Good God. But Banks, how is she not done yet? And now a Hurricane Rana right through the table. Come on, she already got put through the roof of the cell. Was the Hurricane Rana through that table really necessary? I don't think it was. Banks with the cover and with the victory. What a match. And for those of you who have never seen a Hell in a Cell match, that is just a taste of how gruesome these matches can get. What a match. And if Sasha Banks can do that to Ronda Rousey at Hell in a Cell in 2 weeks, then we would have just crowned a brand new Raw Women's Champion. But ladies and gentlemen, we have to move on if we can. What's coming up next? Like always, the Cyberfab Championship is on the line as Finn Balor, the Demon King's next challenger, is Goldberg.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE Intercontinental Championship.
And here we go. Like I said last week during Brock Lesnar's match with Seth Rollins, Goldberg and Lesnar said that they're going to go their separate ways for the times being and pursue singles championship gold. And last week, Brock Lesnar failed to defeat Seth Rollins and earn himself a JCW title match at Hell in a Cell, but still, that was one hell of a match and definitely already a possible match of the year candidate. As Goldberg, he currently faces an impossible task here tonight, as nobody, no man has ever defeated the Demon Finn Balor. The Demon Finn Balor is undefeated. He has never been beaten. But I mean, if anybody can hand him his first loss, it would have to be a man like Goldberg. As Finn Balor is the longest reigning Cyberfam champion in history, as he has broken Steve Nash Jr.'s record when he successfully retained the championship against Triple H at Snowfall 2 weeks ago. And then last week, Balor successfully retained the championship against Kane. But the question is, though, can Finn Balor truly keep on successfully defending his championship, seeing how he's having to defend it every single week? And for the first time in a while, the Cyberfam Championship is not on the line in a hardcore match. It is on the line in a straight and forward one-on-one, which definitely favors Goldberg more in one sense, but it doesn't, because Goldberg thrives in a no disqualification environment. Lord Finn, laying on his feet, Goldberg can't believe it. Oh, Goldberg goes down. Goldberg, though, immediately get it back up just for Balor. They drive him back to the outside. See, this is what the Demon Finn Balor is all about. Oh, like Finn risking life and limb in this matchup. Into the barricade. Oh no, but Goldberg. And the power of Goldberg. Just dropping Finn right on the floor out there. Is you would have to think, if Goldberg were to defeat Balor here tonight and win the Cyberfam Championship, you know Lesnar would have to be jealous, seeing how Goldberg has already won himself some singles gold, and Brock Lesnar hasn't even gotten a championship title shot. Oh, and Balor. Huge shot of Balor with a sling blade. Balor with a sling blade. And the Demon King, he ain't exactly done yet. Balor with another sling blade. Balor to the top rope. Oh, Finn Balor risking it all in this match. He won't quit. Oh, but Goldberg The power of Goldberg. No, Balor. Balor with an inverted DDT. Balor is just beating Goldberg to the punch on every exchange. Balor. Oh, that could be it for Finn Balor to defeat Goldberg. Ah, Goldberg survives. But how much longer can Goldberg hang in there with the demon weight? Goldberg spear. Goldberg just spared Balor out of nowhere. But Balor kicked out. I thought Goldberg could have gotten Balor off of that spear because of the element of surprise plus the force of that spear. I mean, that spear came out of absolutely nowhere. But Balor found a way to kick out. But now Finn Balor is in a bad way right now, as Goldberg is just pummeling Balor. Like I said, if anyone can stop the demon, it would have to be Goldberg. And he might actually do it here tonight. Wait, Finn, no. 4. And there goes Goldberg to the outside. Finn risking it all. Balor with a dive to the outside onto Goldberg. Oh, this has been amazing. But only one of these men will come out of here tonight. Why Goldberg? No! Finn, after throwing Goldberg back into the ring off of that huge suicide dive, Balor went to the top rope. Goldberg got up, Balor jumped, and Goldberg caught Balor in midair with a massive spear. And Balor may be out. That's it. What? Finn has been hit with 2 spears from Goldberg, both of them out of absolutely nowhere. But yet Balor is able to survive. No. Balor has Goldberg 19-16. That's it. It's done. No, it's not over. What in the world? Oh, and Goldberg, he got right back up. I don't think Balor can believe it. But Goldberg got right back up after kicking out of the 19-6, and Goldberg is doing what he does best, and that's kick ass. Goldberg, as Balor decides to a third, counted third spear to Finn Balor. But Goldberg, the one maneuver he has yet to use in this match, the jackhammer. What? You got to be kidding me. 3 spears, a jackhammer, still not enough to keep Balor down. And here comes Finn Balor. The demon is rolling, catching Goldberg with that Pele kick. Oh man, Finn. He can feel, I think everyone here in this arena can feel it. Balor ascends. Balor with the Jcw Raw. the coup de grace. And Balor retains the Cyber Fab Championship. What an incredible match that was. And no matter how you look at it, Goldberg had to have come really close to putting down the Demon King.
Here is your winner, and still the
Unbelievable.
Intercontinental Champion, Finn Balor.
That was a war. But just like in all of Balor's previous wars, he comes out on top. Still the Cyber Fam Champion. I don't know if there's anybody on Raw or even SmackDown, for that matter, who could defeat Finn Balor and take that championship away from him. But ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, this matchup has major implications on the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. As the implications on this match are, if the Bar win, then they get to pick their opponents for Hell in a Cell. However, if Rick Rude and Robert Roode win, then they get to challenge the Bar for their tag team titles at Hell in a Cell. And here comes Ravishing Rick Rude, as him and Robert Roode have recently just sprung up as a tag team here in the tag team division. But I mean, they have a huge opportunity here tonight. If they can beat the Bar here tonight, the current tag champs, then they'll get a tag title shot against them at Hell in a Cell. As the Ravishing One is here. And here we go, Sheamus and Ravishing Rick Rude starting this matchup off. This ought to be interesting between Rude and Sheamus. Oh, Sheamus moved out of the way. And Sheamus, of course, Sheamus and Cesaro, they have been a dominant tag team, as after all, they were the men who defeated Brock Lesnar and Goldberg to become the tag team champions. And then they successfully retained him in that fatal four-way tag at Snowfall, pinning Black Aaron. And I don't even want to think about what Merc did to BH last night on SmackDown, that damn snake. But anyway, let's focus with what's going on right now. Oh, it's Sheamus. Uh-oh, the Ravishing One in trouble. Oh, God. Rick Rude's throat just hit that bottom rope. Oh, no, Rude able to get out of that predicament. And now tagging in Robert Roode, who is basically Rick Rude's protege. Hell, Rick Rude is done to where, Robert Roode is Rick Rude's protege now. Rick Rude is even done where he's made Robert Roode look like him to an extent by having him get that mustache and get a more chiseled physique. Oh, Sheamus headbutt to Robert Roode, and the power of the Celtic Warrior, and now a tag into the Swiss Superman. Oh, and there goes Robert Roode, but Cesaro, he's not going to give Robert Roode any sort of time to recover. Cesaro with a diving, I believe it was a chop or an elbow. Couldn't exactly tell, down onto Robert Roode. Robert Roode. Oh, spearing Cesaro up against the apron, up against the LAD board. And Robert Roode gonna take... It's Cesaro now. The power of Cesaro on display there. Oh, Cesaro not gonna let Robert Roode get to Rick. Wait, no. Chop, punch, kick. Oh, another shot. And a slam to top it all off. And there goes Cesaro to the outside, and now Robert Roode tagging Rick Rude. I guess there are no pun intended, I guess. That's Cesaro with a huge uppercut, taking down Rick Rude. Oh, and a huge powerbomb, that could be it. No! Rick Rude is a former world champion. He's going to take more than one powerbomb to keep him down. And Rude with a headbutt. Robert Roode and Rick Rude they've been able to ground Cesaro for the most part. Oh, man. And now Rude takes shot from Sheamus. Come on. Was that necessary? And now Rude with a huge spike DDT. And that could be enough to earn themselves a tag title shot. No! The Swiss Superman hangs in there. But you gotta wonder how much more he's got left. Oh, Cesaro. Whoa, what a drop kick. What a drop kick from Cesaro. Rick Rude Trying to get up, he may not look so ravishing after that one. It's Cesaro with a German suplex. May not be looking so ravishing now. Cesaro with an elbow to the back. Oh, and an elbow straight to the chest. Lifting him up. Oh, that huge uppercut. And now tagging in Sheamus. And here comes the Celtic Warrior. There we go. And the bar, they are rolling. And the power of Sheamus. And Sheamus, look, he's gonna let Rick Rude get the tag into Robert Roode. Tag in to Robert Roode. Oh, that's exactly what Sheamus wanted. He wanted Roode to tag in Robert. And now Sheamus with a busted crab on Robert Roode. Robert Roode trying to crawl to the ropes to force a break. But I don't know. Does Robert Roode have enough strength left to reach the ropes? Oh, it's cinched in good. It's cinched in very good. Oh, gotta give credit to Robert Roode. Most men, including myself, have taken all the damage I've taken. Robert Roode's taken this match. I would have, well, tapped out. No, Robert Roode got out of that. Countered it into an inverted DDT. And Robert Roode gonna take advantage. Rick Rude now, he's somewhat recovered. And Robert Roode now slowing the pace down some. Oh no, running net breaker. And Robert Roode with a glorious spine buster out on the floor. And Sheamus and Cesaro are in deep, deep trouble. They may just very well have to face Robert Roode and Rick Rude at Hell in a Cell. Oh, but Cesaro able to break it up. Oh, but Robert Roode, he's got his hands on Cesaro. Oh, God. Oh, Robert Roode, glorious DDT. Ah, glorious DDT. That wasn't, but the feeling of that move is not glorious. Oh, wait a minute. He is not going in for the cover. Robert Roode, he should go in for the pin. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Rick Rude going after Cesaro as well. Rick Rude, he wants to deal. No, Rick Rude, Sheamus. But Sheamus taking out Robert Roode though. I don't think Sheamus realizes that Rick Rude's now the legal man. But he better realize it. Rick Rude. He already has Cesaro with the Rude Awakening on the outside. God, Sheamus eats a Rude Awakening. Gotta be kidding me. Rick Rude and Robert Roode win. Rick Rude and Robert Roode have earned themselves a tag title shot against the Bar at Hell in a Cell. So look, Sheamus, he didn't realize that Robert Roode had tagged in Rick Rude, and Rick Rude took advantage. And if that happens when these two teams meet again at Hell in a Cell, then we will have new tag team champions. Man, Rick Rude and Robert Roode, they are one hell of a tag team. There's no denying that. They are one hell of a team. And while I don't necessarily agree with their tactics, they didn't really cheat to win that match. But now the number one contender for the JCW Championship, Seth Rollins, is now in the ring, and what is this? Look, here tonight, Bray, I heard your comments at the beginning of the show. You downplayed all of these people. You downplayed me. You downplayed the man who you will be defending your championship against in tonight's main event. And you see, Fiend, Bray Wyatt, whatever you want to be called, I don't care whether it's you who heads into Hell in a Cell as champion or whether it's Eric Rowan. I could care less, because I am back for one reason and one reason only, and that is to be the JCW champion. It is my quest to hold that championship once again, because the last time I was champion, I got screwed out of the title. And besides, these people, they need a fighting champion. They don't need some guy who hides himself in the darkness like you do, Bray Wyatt. They don't need a sheep like Eric Rowan to be champion. They need someone who will fight whenever it is they need to. They need someone who will fight for them and actually gives a damn about what they think. So, if I gotta be a Fiend Slayer at Hell in a Cell, then I will be, if that means to become champ. Seth Rollins is ready for Hell in a Cell. He does not care whether it's the Fiend or Eric Rowan who heads into Hell in a Cell, the JCW champion. He does not care, because all Seth Rollins wants is to fulfill his quest and to once again become the JCW champion, which he does deserve after being screwed out of the championship back in 2018 when he suffered that almost career-ending injury. But ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, Jacob's retirement tour continues. Is coming up next. He goes one-on-one with Kane. As last week, Jacob went one-on-one with Andy Battle, but also had a run-in with Umaga, as of course Jacob will square off against Umaga at Hell in a Cell. And Jacob said if he beats Umaga, then Jacob, well, he'll get a match with the higher power at the next pay-per-view. As of course Jacob appeared yesterday on SmackDown and cost Umaga a match with Luke Harper. And Jacob, there's a fire burning deep within him, as he has gotten the SmackDown General Manager Rennick involved in the fight against the higher power. The higher power says he hates the way Jacob and Rennick are running JCW, and he thinks that they're killing this place. But personally, I think they've made this place a whole of a hell lot better. But Jacob says he's a fair man, and the higher power, I mean, Umaga going one-on-one with Jacob at Hell in a Cell, that'll be huge. Because of course, if Jacob can defeat Umaga, then Jacob will get a match with the higher power at the next pay-per-view after Hell in a Cell. But right now though, Jacob, he cannot afford to have his mind focused on Umaga or the higher power right now. Jacob needs to have his mind focused on the devil's favorite demon, the original monster around here, Kane. And of course, it was also revealed on SmackDown yesterday that John Cena has joined forces with the higher power and Umaga, and Cena challenged SmackDown General Manager, the original Sin Rennick, to a match at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. And here we go. Jacob and Kane one-on-one, one of the most storied rivalries in JCW history. Oh, Jacob, he's beaten Kane many times, and Kane has beaten Jacob many times. I think that they must be equal in the amount of victories they have over each other. And the power of Jacob. But this is the first time since 2014 that Jacob and Kane's paths have crossed. If I remember correctly, in Kane out. Oh, catching Jacob and slamming him down in a leg drop. Kane is showing that he means business. And the power of the devil's favorite demon. Kane, he was going for his sidewalk slam, but it failed. And Jacob takes Kane down with a clothesline. Jacob, he's not done. Another, oh no, excuse me, that was a shoulder block. To the top rope. Wait a minute, Jacob. Oh, what? Oh, God. Jacob crashing and burning out there on the floor. And Kane is going to take full-on advantage. And Kane with a running power slam out on the floor. And Kane continuing. Jacob going face first off the ring post. Things are not looking good for Jacob right about now as Kane continues to beat down Jake. Kane now with a neck break. Kane is a true full-on monster. Oh, wait a minute. Kane into the corner. Jacob now to the top rope. Or excuse me, to the second rope. And Jacob telling Kane to come on, to get up. Here we go. Go to sleep. On a rope break. Kane, ring awareness. He's a veteran. Oh, with both of his men on. And Kane dropping Jacob with a DDT. And now Jacob, oh God. Kane just put his boot all up in Jacob's face. And an uppercut. And now a shot to the back. Followed up by a huge clothesline. And Kane this onslaught. And over just yet Kane going. This is vintage Kane right here with a flying clothesline. Kane going in for the cover. Oh, but that's not enough. Jacob, he's a multi-time world champion. One of the longest reigning tag champion in history. It's going to take more than that to keep him down. Oh, no. And the power of Jacob to be able to lift up a 326 pounder and Kane with ease is just truly amazing. And Jacob now continuing his beatdown of Kane. Oh, and down goes Kane. And look at Jacob telling Kane to come on, to get up. And Jacob now with the arm wrench DDT. And that's it. That might be it. No! Kane, he ain't called the devil's favorite demon for nothing. Kane is still in this thing. And wait, no! Kane, he got Jacob off of him. Kane has Jacob by the neck. Choke slam. Kane just choke slam Jacob straight to hell. Oh, and that's it. Jacob is out. And Kane now getting Jacob away from the ropes so there is no rope break. It's done. No! Jacob, he's got the heart of a lion and he is hanging in there even off of a choke slam. Oh, Jacob caught him with the headbutt. Camel cutter. But Kane kicked down. Kane kicked down of the camel cutter. But wait, Jacob, he ain't done. End of days. Now it's over. What an incredible match that was between two legends. Now wait a minute. And Kane with a show of respect to the Raw General Manager, Jacob. As Jacob's retirement tour shall continue forward with this huge win over Kane. As Umaga is the next man on Jacob's hit list. You know, Jacob, he is aching at the bit to get his hands on Umaga, and he's even more aching at the bit to get his hands on the higher power, whomever he may be. But now Jacob, he has his hands on a mic. Look, Kane, respect to you. That was one hell of a fight you just gave me moments ago. So respect to you. You are definitely going to be a future of him, and I'm sure you'll have one more run with the world title before you retire. But now I need to say something. Rennick, you have no choice but to join this fight against the higher power now, because you got a guy who's on your show who is one of the higher powers goons. That man caught me off guard, but that man is John Cena, and he proposed a challenge to you for a match at Hell in a Cell. And Rennick, if you're the man that I think you are, then you will accept John Cena's match at Hell in a Cell, and you will take him down, just like I'm gonna take down the Samoan bulldozer Umaga at Hell in a Cell, because I am prepared for the fight of my life in 2 weeks' time. And Umaga, when I put your ass down at Hell in a Cell, I'll be coming for your boss, because you are not gonna take what I've worked so hard for, and that is this leadership here at JCW. Jacob, he means business. This is Jacob's life. Jacob, he worked so hard. He's one of the 3 founders. Jacob is one of the 3 founders of JCW, and he has worked so hard to get back into power here, and now that he is, he'll be damned if somebody is gonna take it from him. But here we go, it is main event time. The JCW Championship is on the line as The Fiend defends his championship against Eric Rowan.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the World Heavyweight Championship.
And here he comes, the Sheep, Eric Rowan. You gotta wonder what's running through Rowan's head. creepiest entrance I've ever seen in all my years as a wrestler and as a commentator.
Introducing the challenger from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing in at 315 pounds, Rowan! And introducing the champion from parts unknown, weighing in at 285 pounds, he is the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Fink Brad Wyatt.
The Fiend, the JCW Championship is on the line. The Fiend, the champion. Eric Rowan, the challenger. Eric Rowan has a near, if not impossible, task in front of him here tonight. Rowan, I may not be your biggest fan, but it would be nice for someone to finally stop the Fiend, because I don't think I can wait until Hell in a Cell to see someone stop the Fiend. But I don't see any fear in the eyes of Eric. Oh God, Rowan. What kind? That ain't fit. I don't know what Bray Wyatt was talking about earlier in the night, saying that Eric Rowan is afraid of him. Oh, wait a minute. Oh my God, the power of the Fiend. And, the Fiend. He said that Eric Rowan fears him. And he says the reason why Eric Rowan's been hiding his little head ever since Bray made his return a few months ago was because the last time Bray had been seen, Eric Rowan had turned on him, which Eric Rowan turning on Bray Wyatt a few years ago kinda led to the creation of this Fiend character. Bray Wyatt lived in solitary all by himself for the next number of years until he made his return at on the Raw before Red Dead Redemption earlier this year, when he attacked Black Aaron and debuted this Fiend persona who cannot be stopped. But if anybody could stop him, it would have to be someone from his old family, Eric Rowan. Especially seeing how Rowan kinda in many ways was one of the contributing factors to the creation of this Fiend persona. Seeing how all the things Eric Rowan put Bray Wyatt through after turning on Wyatt a few years ago helped mold Bray Wyatt into this Fiend persona that he is today. And Eric Rowan, there is no fear in Rowan's eyes like the Fiend said there is. I mean, maybe he is afraid of the Fiend. Maybe it's just the fact that the JCW Championship is on the line. This could very well be the only time in his career that he ever gets a JCW title shot. Oh, the Fiend. The Fiend. And I'm gonna chop down Eric Rowan. This is unreal. And the Fiend just tossing Rowan to the outside. No problem for the Fiend whatsoever. Good God. This is what the Fiend said. No, my boy, come on. Good God. A Uranagi out on the floor. And the Fiend, his blood appetite ain't exactly satisfied just yet. Look at Rowan, still trying to get up. Oh, Rowan's still trying to fight STO. Down goes the Fiend. Come on, Rowan, you gotta keep on moving, you gotta keep on pounding. And Rowan, yes! Man, come on. You gotta stop this monster. Rowan, what a splash from Eric Rowan on the Bray Wyatt. That's how you stop Bray Wyatt. Oh, man. But Rowan, doing those big moves, tired him out. Yes, uppercut. The Fiend's down. My God, the Fiend is already getting up. Yes, Rowan, he's got him. He's the champion. Oh, no. You gotta be kidding me. All of that, and it only results in a 1 count. If that ain't proof how much of a monster Bray Wyatt is, I don't know what does. Oh, but Eric Rowan, that ought to do the trick. What? You gotta be kidding me. This is unreal. Unreal. Oh, and he takes down Bray Wyatt again. Come on, Rowan. Finish him. Take him down. Take the Fiend down. Oh, no. The Fiend, no. Damn it. And look at this. Oh, God. The Fiend. My God, Rowan. He can't even stay up here and his eyes raked. Sister Abigail. And it's done. You can't stop Bray Wyatt. I don't know if Seth Rollins is going to be able to stop the Fiend at Hell in a Cell. I mean, what do you gotta do to even put a dent in the Fiend, let alone beat him? The Fiend remains JCW champion. I don't know, man. Can Seth Rollins stop this man? Or, no, you can't call Bray Wyatt a man. Can Seth Rollins stop this monster, this being, this freak? I don't know what he is. But can Seth Rollins stop him at Hell in a Cell and become the JCW champion and fulfill his quest? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we all hope you all enjoyed this edition of Raw, and we will see you all next week.